Thank you so much, Sara and Olivia, for being a part of our video series. So the first question I have for you is, what have you learned in these last number of months?
You go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think what I've learned is to not take things for granted, and you can still do things that you love at home or by yourself.
Like what?
Like, I love dancing. I still dance at home, and yeah.
Yeah, I think not taking things for granted, including haircuts. You know, the things that I put off because it's expensive and I don't really want to pay for it, but then you don't know what's going to come. And we haven't experienced that beyond the first world problems until this pandemic. And so it's put a lot of things in perspective. And I've learned to advocate for myself and my loved ones more, asking people to put masks on, and it makes you really vulnerable to do that, you know, in a way that I was surprised that I felt. Yeah, that's what I've learned.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what has brought you joy in these last number of months?
Well, I think what's brought me joy is still doing school and dance and still having something to do. And I think really just hanging out with my family and playing with the cats. I think that's so.
Yeah. You think you know your pets, and then you spend every waking moment with them for 6 months. And you realize you didn't know them as well as you thought you did, which has been amazing. I didn't really realize that pets had that much of a deep personality, you know, that they do. I think what's brought me a lot of joy is being a part of Olivia's life that I never was before. I have an insider's perspective now of teaching and what it's like to be in her dance class, because it's in the living room. So that's been really neat, and I've been able to help her in ways. Yeah, that's brought me a lot of joy. Yeah.
Nice. So finally, do you have any words of encouragement for the people at St. Tim's?
Look at the camera. I do miss everyone, and I'm really excited until we can come back. And I think just keep going at it until we can just see each other.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think back. I don't know if it's happened to anyone else, but the time for me has gone by so quickly. Like, it's unreal. I did not know that time could go by so quick. And I remember it feels like a year or more ago, but it wasn't. That last Lenten service that we were at, where we all looked at our phones and got the news, and the kids were running around. We don't have to go back to school. And it just kind of happens. And I think it'll come the day where it just happens when we come back also. And we're going to come back with so much more empathy for other people, I think. People are resilient, and I don't think we give ourselves enough credit, especially our children. And we're going to come back and have learned so much about ourselves and each other, and what we can go through together, and still be, you know, part of our community at the end of the day.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of this, and thanks be to God for both of you.
Thank you.